The daughter-in-law they mocked, until she owned their world. You should learn your place in this family. The words landed like a slap. Meera stood silently at the dining table, her hands still, her face calm, but her heart tightening. Across from her, her mother-in-law, Savitri Khanna, adjusted her silk sari with quiet superiority. This is not your father's small-town house, Savitri continued. This is the Khanna family. We built everything you see. A faint smile touched Meera's lips. Yes, she thought, you did. Just not the way you think. The Khannas were one of the most respected business families in the city. Luxury real estate, high-profile clients, a name that carried weight. And Meera? To them, she was an embarrassment. An ordinary girl their son Arjun had married out of stubborn love. No pedigree, no connections, no value. At least, that's what they believed. Why are you just standing there? Savitri snapped. Serve the guests. Meera nodded quietly and moved. At the far end of the table, Arjun avoided her eyes. That hurt more than anything. He had once defended her. Now, he stayed silent. Honestly, Savitri said to the guests, loud enough for Meera to hear. Girls like her should feel grateful just entering a family like ours. Soft laughter followed. Meera placed the dish down carefully. Not a single word, not a single reaction. Because she had learned something important long ago. Power doesn't need to announce itself. That night, Meera sat alone in her room. Her phone buzzed. A message. The Khanna account is requesting another extension. Shall we approve? Meera stared at the screen, then typed, approve it, for now. She locked her phone, her expression unreadable. The truth was something the Khannas would never imagine. Their empire, their success, their survival, was quietly held together by the very woman they humiliated daily. 3 years ago, when the Khanna business was on the brink of collapse, no bank wanted to touch them. Their biggest project was failing. Cash flow was bleeding, reputation slipping. That's when a silent investor stepped in. A private entity, no face, no publicity, just funding. Enough to not only save them, but elevate them. That investor was Meera. Not as Meera Khanna, but as M. Rao, founder of a powerful investment firm built long before her marriage. She had never told Arjun, not because she didn't trust him, but because she didn't need to prove anything. And their biggest client? The one that made them industry leaders, the one Savitri proudly boasted about. That, too, belonged to Meera. Months passed. The insults didn't stop. If anything, they grew sharper. Some people marry into wealth and still don't know how to behave, Savitri would say. Useless, Arjun muttered once under his breath. That night, something inside Meera shifted. Not anger, not sadness, just clarity. The next morning, she made a call. Prepare everything, she said calmly. It's time. 3 days later, the Khanna family gathered in their office boardroom. Tension filled the air. What do you mean funding is being withdrawn? Savitri demanded. The finance head swallowed nervously. Our primary investor has terminated support. Effective immediately. What? That's impossible, Arjun snapped. We have ongoing projects. And there's more, the man added hesitantly. Our biggest client has also pulled out. Silence. Dead silence. That contract is the backbone of this company, Savitri whispered. They can't just leave. They already have, he said. Within hours, calls flooded in. Partners backing out, stocks crashing, media circling. The Khanna empire was collapsing. Find out who did this, Savitri yelled. I already did, Arjun said slowly, his face pale. There's a meeting request. From who? He looked up, his voice barely steady. From the investor. The room went still. That evening, they walked into the conference hall, nervous, desperate, uncertain. The door opened, and Meera walked in. Savitri frowned. What are you doing here? She snapped. Meera didn't answer. Instead, she took a seat at the head of the table, the seat Savitri always claimed. Where is the investor? Arjun asked, confused. Meera folded her hands calmly. You're looking at her. Silence exploded. That's not funny, Savitri said sharply. Meera slid a file across the table. Legal documents, ownership papers, contracts, signatures. Arjun picked them up. His hands trembled. M. Rao, he whispered. He looked up, at her. Realization hit like a storm. You? Savitri's voice cracked. This is a lie. Meera met her eyes. Everything you built in the last 3 years? She said softly. I funded it. No. Savitri staggered back into her chair. Our biggest client, Arjun said slowly. Meera nodded. I own them too. The room felt smaller, heavier. Why? Arjun asked, his voice breaking. Meera looked at him. Really looked. For a long time, she said. I wondered the same thing. She stood, walked slowly around the table, every step deliberate. I gave this family everything, she said. Support, stability, silence. Her gaze shifted to Savitri. And what did I receive? No one answered. Disrespect, she continued. Humiliation. Invisibility. Her voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. So here's what's going to happen, Meera said calmly. She placed another document on the table, a contract. You can keep your company, she said. Relief flickered. Too soon. But not as owners. The words landed hard. You'll work under me, she continued, as salaried executives. No control. No authority. No legacy. Savitri's face turned pale. You're taking everything from us. Meera shook her head. No, she said. I'm leaving you with exactly what you left me. Nothing. Tears filled Arjun's eyes. Meera, please, he said. We can fix this. She looked at him one last time. A flicker of something, gone as quickly as it came. I already did, she said. She turned and walked toward the door. Wait! Savitri cried. Meera paused, but didn't turn. Savitri's voice broke. We didn't know! Meera closed her eyes briefly, then said quietly, You never tried to. And she walked out. Final scene. Weeks later. The Khanna name still existed, but only as employees. No power, no pride, no control. And Meera? She became something else entirely. Not just powerful, not just successful. Untouchable. But on her desk, one file remained unopened. Arjun Khanna, personal request meeting. She stared at it for a long time. Then slowly, she closed it. This is the end. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel.
Select now another video in our series of family and company dramas. They are all powerful stories of people coming back stronger after they have been humiliated or hurt by family members or their management. Always make sure you stay strong. Let nobody ever tell you what you are worth. You know the best. Of course.